Just learn what works. And if the meditation doesn't work, you can go about it a different way. Look at that maybe you don't have to do anything. Maybe you're better off just opening. Maybe you do look at the desire at that point. So I'm not saying do seek or don't seek. I'm saying you use your wisdom in the face of that, whatever it is that says something that needs to happen now. I need to go deeper, or I want to be clearer, or there's a time when that's just natural. Yes, become clearer. Yes, go deeper. And there's another time when you just go, well, what do I need? Do I really need this? Do I really need? They're all true. They're all dimensions of your being, and they're quite paradoxical. You know what I mean? But that's the maturity, is you facing that and learning more and more about what works, what doesn't work, how much control you really have. Sometimes, well, again, an advisor will say, I don't have control. There is no free will. Well, sometimes it looks like there's free will, and sometimes there isn't. Sometimes it looks like there's control, and sometimes there isn't. And even sometimes when you have control, you recognize, well, I really don't have control, but I'm going to use it anyway. That's being able to operate on different levels with intelligence, with the deepest level in place. Like, I can do as a human, but I know even at the same time, in a sense, I'm not doing anything. Right? So the problem is the mind hears these words and always it's attachment to black and white thinking. Oh, there's no doer. Oh, I have to not do anymore. But you can you don't have to do this in your mind. You can just notice. Your mind can just reflect back and see. Oh, I at this moment I'm getting that I'm kind of the doer and I'm not the doer. I have an awareness of both realities. And of course, to a mind that isn't very mature, it could get confused. But if it is aware that it can't have, that to live with paradox is a reasonable thing, that you're not looking for a black and white answer, because 9 out of 10 people are really, they need it black and white. That's why they go to black and white teachers who tell them it's like this and it's not like this. But that's what I'm saying. It's like this and it's like this. And you get to experience both. That's the beauty of it. Makes you very flexible. And even you can have a mind and it not be a problem. These guys are often pretending that I shouldn't have a mind, and then when second their mind works, it's like black and white. So you can have a very unsophisticated mind and it doesn't make you enlightened at all. Better to have an open, sophisticated mind that doesn't need to operate. Like the sexuality thing, like it's there, but it doesn't need to operate. It works when it needs to work, and the rest of the time it just shuts up and turns off. So I suppose just to talk about our real life examples, I'm hoping means that we don't have to escape our mind in order to not be confused. You know what I mean? It's one thing to see what's beyond the mind than to have a philosophy that makes you have to escape it because you're so scared of your mind. Because if it's just black and white, it's always wrong. It's not accurate. And you're often getting teachings from these guys, well, they must know what they're talking about, and they're just black and white thinkers, which shows that their experience has either been black and white, or they just simply haven't integrated it into their personality and their intelligence and their mind. So I hope you don't think when I talk about these things, I try to not lie to myself too. If this was all just coming from my mind, then it would be not worth very much. But this is from the mind has the capacity to reflect upon what's actually happening. And there's a loop between your being and your feeling and your mind, and everything can register everything else. And that way, the whole of you is heading in the same direction.